Hey, what's going on guys? My name is Madison Charlton from MLC Tech. Now recently we did a video on the importance of longer software update support for smartphones, and we stated in that video on average people are changing their phones around every 2 years. But a recent report has changed that figure, and it shows that people are actually keeping onto their phones for a much longer period of time than we originally thought. And this comes as recent figures showed that the used smartphone market is currently booming, and at the same time people are also hanging on to their handsets for even longer. So sit back and relax as we dive into the change of consumer buying habits in the smartphone industry. Now in terms of sales, the smartphone market last year had the worst year for over a decade, and that was in the sale of brand new handsets. However, one market that did see substantial growth was the second-hand market. And this growing trend of more people buying used second-hand devices and also more people hanging on to their current phones means that more people are looking for second-hand phones, so less people are going to be buying brand new ones. And the fact that more people are hanging on to the devices for an even longer period of time means that there are even fewer used devices out there for resale, which then also has an impact on brand new phone sales as well, as less people are buying brand new devices. Now, according to a report by the IDC, brand new phones saw a 3.2% decline to 1.7% billion units shipped last year, making it the lowest full year volume in over a decade. But the shipment of second-hand devices and refurbished smartphones jumped by 9.5% in 2023, from 282.6 million to 309.4 million devices. And it's predicted this figure will grow to 131.1 million units in 2023. With it being noted in this report, a reason why this is happening is that extended refresh cycles, high price points, and macroeconomic challenges are pushing people away from buying new handsets and steering them towards the second-hand market. And this report also issued a warning that while the used market continues to grow, it is at a slower rate than it was previously forecasted due to the shrinking amount of inventory there is in this market and also weaker consumer spending as well. And it was then also found that people are hanging onto their devices for longer than 40 months, which is then causing an even more shortage of stock out there. So while the second-hand market is booming at the moment, this need in the market for more second-hand phones is becoming a bit of an issue as the amount of phones available are starting to dry up just due to the refresh cycles that people are going through when it comes to mobile phones. The fact that people are keeping on to the devices they own for an even longer period of time just means there are less second-hand phones available out there to buy. And this can only be bad for pricing for us consumers at home. As availability dries up and demand increases, the only thing that really goes up is the price that people pay. And when taking a look at the second-hand market, it is noted that back in April, research showed that the iPhone, when it came to the refurbished phone market, their global volume increased 16% year over year in 2022, taking Apple's market share to 49%. Most customers buying refurbished smartphones opted for a flagship or premium models of previous years, pushing up the average selling prices. And this is following from recent news we've heard this month that Apple stole the top smartphone manufacturing title from Samsung last year, making it the first time since 2010 that Samsung has been throned as the king of smartphone manufacturers. And this links back very well to a video I made last week on the importance of smartphone updates and continued support for smartphones. The fact that Apple dominates in the second-hand space comes down to one thing, and that is continued hardware and software support, with the average Apple iPhone getting support for around 5 to 6 years of continued OS and security updates, making it a great and viable option for the second-hand market, as you're getting a second-hand phone that's a few years old, but it still feels like it's up to date due to its continued support, which is why I think it was great to see that the likes of Samsung and Google break the trend of Android devices, bring in 7 years of OS and security updates to these devices, which in the long run will mean that these devices from Samsung and Google are great second-hand options when it comes to a resale of a smartphone, as most people levitate towards iPhones due to that continued and long software support. Now that Samsung and Google have options for that very same reason, I think it's going to be great for the second-hand space, and will give people more reason to buy second-hand phones as well as hanging on to their current device. So I think it's really good to see the move in that direction in terms of extended support for smartphones. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions on this topic in the comments down below. How long are you personally hanging on to your smartphone, and when you choose to upgrade your smartphone, are you looking into a potential second-hand option, or are you someone who likes to have the newest and greatest every time you upgrade to a new phone? Let me know all of your thoughts around this in the comments down below. Anyway, I have been Madison Charlton from MLC Tech. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it in any way, shape or form, make sure to give this video a like and maybe subscribe for more content like this in the future. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope to see you in another video soon. Goodbye for now.